The best thing you can do once you can make Coca-Colas, make them, stash them. Even if you don't need them, they can be away in your stash so that this is on a 3-hour cooldown, right? After I had just made them. I have some in my stash as well. I can play an hour-long game, come back, use what's in my backpack or in my stash, and then that's 2 hours eliminated. And I just need to play one more game where I have to either get lucky finding perks on the ground, or buy them, or do missions to get them, and then this will bleed over into letting you be able to almost always have all perks constantly for essentially for free. You want to use the throwing knife. I have come to find out is the best lethal. I used to think that Molotov was a close secondary. It is not. I will show off how the throwing knife is the best, and you don't want to run a second gun unless you are going to do mercenary camps. Then you want to use a riot shield, because that will help you take way less bullet damage. But if you're going to zone 3, don't have a weapon, because when you run with your fists, you run much faster. I'm doing a challenge right now, so I'm using Healing Aura, but typically you would want to use Frenzy Guard or Aether Shroud. It's kind of preference on this one. When you use Frenzy Guard and you don't have plates, this will instantly give you plates. However, this charges faster, and you get to be invisible to the zombies. Alright, if you are struggling very hard with getting loot, there is, by this bridge, right here, there's a stash and a chest across from it, where you can get, most of the time it's a very good gun from what I've seen. Just make sure you don't drown. A lot of the time I have seen self-revive in here, or this turret circuit that is extremely useful. You always want to pick these up when you see them. Don't waste them in any zone other than zone 3. Not only is there a stash there, but if you come out of the water from here and just go down here, there is another stash where an elimination bounty seems to almost always be. Just out behind the building, there's a stash out here too. Just right here by the car. And then there's another circuit. Not to mention this area for some reason has a bunch of good loot around it as well. Okay, so if Zone 3 scares you to run through, you can find rifts like this and fly in, or if you just can't find one, you don't want to have to rely on RNG. There's this big yellow crane. You can climb up one more level, get to the end of the crane. You can basically go anywhere you want, including to Zone 3. So I'll show off. You can do elimination bounties pretty easily if you have this turret circuit in your inventory. So long as you can drag the bounty towards one of these turrets, the turret will do all the work for you. Also, I am going to show why you want the throwing knives for this very reason.
I've marked one of the Dark Ether's top brass. Wanted, dead or alive. Well,
okay, so this one's good. We got 2 turrets that are very close. We're gonna use this one. If you have fast zombies, just use one throwing knife and tell them to get off you. If you have dogs, one throwing knife and they'll get off you. Everything else is too slow to keep up. Just keep running. If you start to get overwhelmed, that's why you use decoy grenades or monkey bombs or the black hole grenade. Noise means aggroed. And then just run back to the turret. Put your turret circuit in. And just like that, bounty done. And then you can get really good gear from doing this too. We'll go ahead and do another bounty. Also, as you're running around, you can get more good gear from just looting the all the boxes that are around. It helps a lot to get the perk that lets you see all the loot through the walls. Which, by the way, as you're doing these bounties, you're gonna get up a lot of cash. And you can spend that on getting all the perks as well, if you want to do that. Or you can buy kill streaks. Juggernaut is pretty good. It'll help you kill certain bounties that are too far from turrets. Also, in this area, it can be a little dangerous, but if you see the orb, always take that down. It's always got really good gear upgrades to it, it seems. I've almost always get at least one of the upgrade schematics. Yeah, there it is. And that's going to be Old Town, is where that usually spawns, is that orb, if you just want to run in here and do that. Okay, so there's a turret way over here. Hopefully he's gonna chase me. I don't think he's gonna follow. So we'll just use the Juggernaut, and it will make it extremely easy. There is a glitch that you can do with kill streaks, and you can do it if you want to. I'm just showing that once this gets patched, you can still viably do all these missions. You don't have to rely on glitches to do this. And you're nearly invincible in this thing, so don't worry about dying. Just spray and pray. Oh snap, I did not. Okay, can I switch guns? Is that allowed? Why is it not letting switch to my... Okay, that was really weird. I've never experienced that. That messed me up. And I didn't get to kill the orb to show you that the orb drops really good gear, but it was not letting me switch to my fist for some reason. That was odd. I've never had that happen. But yeah, you can see that we already have 10k, and the Juggernaut is 10k, so we can go and buy one. Also, PhD is very much like overlooked in my opinion, because PhD can prevent you from taking the infection spore damage whenever you're doing those, and you do not take any of the dog fire damage either, so very, very useful. Also, if you ever find parked cars, if you shoot them, if I can pull out my gun and set off the alarm, that is like a monkey bomb, so use that to your advantage. Okay, I'll pop that in so I'm safely able to buy. You can also spend the money on plates if you really need to. There's a Juggernaut way at the bottom. And if you have inventory space, if you collect up to 4, you can have the highest rarity dog to help you. And I am may be able to get enough to show that. Possibly. I got 2. I don't see any other pieces. Okay, well, anyways, pick up another bounty. I only have 2 left. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You can add plates into your inventory and self-revive into your inventory for overflow, and that will help you stay alive a lot better too, because that way you won't run out of plates and you won't ever have to worry about going down and not being able to get back up on your own. So plated zombies will take 2 throwing knives. Don't worry about that. Let's just throw 2 and you'll get your knives back. When you're looting this area, there's just good stuff literally everywhere. So, yep, there you go. Don't even have to do a wall buy. I'm not gonna grab it because I don't really need it. There you go, there's 2 in 1, so if this doesn't prove that I was completely wrong about looting this area, I don't know what would prove it. So yeah, if anything, I would highly recommend getting PhD. There's ways to get it free, but it's almost always taken before you can get there. So just get up enough points and buy it if you have to, and then come into Zone 3. But yeah, PhD is very, very useful. Do not sleep on it. Come on over. I did not realize you cannot look straight down. Hopefully it does not run out on the timer. You can also get a lot of perks just by doing the missions, so maybe just try to do a bunch of missions and you'll get PhD. When you go to this corner of the map, you'll see a flag, and I'll show it off here in a little bit. But that flag is right next to, oh, you know what, I'll just hold on to it. If it wasn't already obvious, having stamina up would help getting away from zombies, but you can see down in my perks, I don't even have it. Just so long as you have your fist out and not your gun, you're gonna move way faster. Well, this location, I remember I'm gonna have to use this.
Drops on mark! Send it!
I would also just recommend using this whenever you have to fight the big guy anyways. What on earth? That's a first. But yeah, if you use this, it'll kill him really, really fast, so. And there you go, there's an epic. Okay, that was rough. I had to just delete files because I ran out of space on my computer and I had a pop-up that nearly killed me, so that was cool. Anyways, as I was trying to show, Wonder Fizz is over here, and you can buy all the perks. I'm just gonna spam through it if you got the money. This is the dog. You need to have 4 of the meat though. Oh wow. Oh, I got gypped. That's cool. That happens sometimes. Very epic, isn't it? Anyways, if you come over here and strip your Pack-a-Punch and your rarity, it will reward you. I didn't get it good this time, but sometimes it'll give you a Pack-a-Punch crystal, or higher, and sometimes higher rarity. This time it did not. So You win some, you lose some. If you're ever running low on your throwing knives, if you go to ammo depots, you can get up to 6, and this will refresh it to 6, which is very useful. I did not want to do that game. Okay, so you get your 4 pieces, and all you do is just deposit. And boom. This dog will also revive you if you go down, so he is very good for solo play. Just repeat this over and over and over again until you get the wonder weapon schematics.